navigating through narcissistic manipulation is like really hard. Let's talk about a tactic that narcissists use, and it's like the silent treatment. The silent treatment from a narcissist is like, it's just like they just turn into a human glacier overnight. It's like they were so kind and so loving, and all of a sudden it's just like they won't even talk, wondering like, where is the warmth? Has it been this cold the entire time? Because it can be almost a gift sometimes, the silent treatment, because it allows us to just kind of reset our system. Flipping the script, it's like, fabulous, great, you're giving me the cold shoulder, thank you. I've always had a thing for ice sculptures. You can use that cold shoulder to carve yourself a statue of, it's like maybe the thinking man. It's kind of stuck in self-contemplation. And evasion is a narcissist's way of turning every conversation into a kaleidoscope of nonsense. Narcissist just kind of weaves this answer that's just so tangled and complicated. It's almost like, headphones that you put in your pocket and they just get all tangled up. That's the narrative that they kind of create. You ask them the simple questions like, hey, what did you do last night? You just kind of come back. It was like, oh, usual, a bit of this, a bit of that. Like, why are you asking me? Why are you thinking of what I'm doing? You think I'm blah, 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 blah. You're paranoid. You're stalking me. I'm not stalking you. Just ask a simple question. You realize you can't get a straight answer from them. Another thing to keep an eye out for is like triangulation. That's where a narcissist is like you're finding yourself like on this reality TV show. And it's one that you never auditioned for. A narcissist just plays the role of this puppet master, and then suddenly there's a third wheel there that you didn't see coming. It's like they're trying to host an award show and they've nominated you for best supporting role in an imaginary love triangle. Another tactic they use is just like projective identification. This is their way of making you the villain of their story. It's like a twisted game of hot potato, but it's with a grenade. And before you know it, you find yourself, you're the one that's kind of holding this grenade of their own insecurity, wondering when there was a costume change. Another narcissistic tactic is scapegoating. And this is the narcissist version of the blame game. And guess what? You're always the butterfly that caused the hurricane. When that dropped ice cream, all of a sudden it causes a meltdown of epic proportions. And you always feel like you're like the unsolved Rubik's Cube to their life's frustrations. It feels like, you're like the recycling center for every fault and every folly that the narcissist has already carried around. They don't want to carry it around, so they give it to you. And it's so messed up. Like being able to identify it, it's like finally getting glasses that you never knew you needed. It's like suddenly the world just snaps right into focus, like sharp focus. And you start to see that this chaos that they create, it's a pattern. And your ability to see is your ability to navigate out of it rather than just then fall into the storm that they created. And by learning each one of these tactics, it becomes your pinpoint, your light out of the fog of this narcissistic manipulation. Because all these narcissist tactics that they use, this manipulation strategies, it's almost like a ballet. And you're not just a dancer following their lead. You make yourself the choreographer of your own performance and move beyond survival. We move to a place of strength and power and self-assuredness. And yeah, occasionally we'll step back into this narcissistic void and just kind of lose our minds a little bit. But each time you step back, it's easier to step forward. What we end up doing is these obstacles, they turn into opportunities for growth. That the knowledge that you're going to keep with you forever. You never lose this knowledge. And then once you're on the other side, because you're the one that's solid. No narcissistic tactic can shake you if you can see above it all. They almost become irrelevant because they actually are. They're actually quite irrelevant. They're actually quite small. Just like little children that are stuck in an adult world, still playing these childish games in the schoolyard, thinking that they still work. And they don't. Not even a little. I do hope you found everything in this video really helpful. There are basically two steps in order to recovery. One is the cognitive part, and that's like watching videos like this and learning more about the disorder and all the little dysfunctions that happen in the background. And then the second part is more of the emotional part of recovery, which is the emotional integration. If you need more help with that, my name's Miles. If you're new to my feed, and I'm a hypnotherapist, and what I do is I help people just kind of calm their nervous system and make sense of kind of what seems to be senseless. If that's something that you're interested in, you can type in Narcovery Recovery, and I'll post a link to my recovery program. And thank you so much for watching, and watch out for more videos.